Welcome back to the Orks of Gork and Mork, you beautiful people. Starting this episode off, we have a bunch of research going on, which is for the bionics, because we need the bionics so we can get the mech tech. With the mech tech, we can get some crude bionic arms and limbs and stuff, which are going to make our orcs a little bit more dangerous. But off the back of that, what we do want, and is the plan for this episode, is we need the old mega armor. That stuff is going to be awesome. It's going to keep our orcs alive and allow us to do some more stomping and cromping. Over here we do have our fungus fields going, which hopefully in this episode will supply us with some more snotlings and some squigs, because we really could do with some of those. We also had some granite statues get knocked down in last episode, so we are replacing them. So the entrance to the base is looking pretty orky, which we do like. And over here we have a whole massive horde of insects and bugs. Now if they go and aggro onto us, we are going to be in a lot of trouble, but what we have done is we have extended the embrasures at the back here, so we can just pick that up, drop that in there, and then hopefully, he says, the bugs won't come in and just wipe us. That being said, we do have a quest to fight a bunch of people. Ooh, that's shiny, that looks different. So we got a psychic drone for pay, not too interested. Then a bunch of prison plots, and then some things that are happening around us as well. Right, yeah, if we could go and fight something, that would be great. And we've also got boredom going off. Okay, so we need some more recreation. Which brings me on to this point. We are putting down some hay grass. The reason we're getting hay grass is so we can build some of these, which are training dummies. These training dummies, well, the orcs basically just beat them up. And then they get better at melee, and orcs being orcs like fighting stuff, hopefully this will stop them kicking in each other as much. So this is a side of the raid that the game thinks that we should be fighting, and as we can see, there is a lot more bugs than these tribals. They're going around going to smash a few things up. What we are going to do, because we are feeling sneaky and some of the bugs are now starting to spread out a little bit, we have moved the embrasure across. So one or two things will happen. Either the tribals go and fight the bugs because they are going to be closer, or they're going to tunnel through our walls, which is just going to leave us open to the bugs. And it looks like they are just going to come for the walls. Okay, orcs into position, and time to stomp some Umis. And it would seem that the Umis are a little bit quicker than I thought they're going to be, so they managed to catch Gork out in the open. But now we've got the big shooter and the other shooters coming in. A bunch of tribals don't stand much of a chance, which is fine. We're going to go hunt them down, because off the back of that we're going to be able to get a whole bunch of Humi leather, and orcs like eating humans anyway, so that is good for us. Or what we could do is we could go and enslave a few of them and then sell them off. But I think just for the moment, having the extra leather is probably going to be more worthwhile. With that bug infestation growing crazy quickly, and is definitely going to overrun us. It was going to overrun us at the start of the episode anyway, and now it's got a lot worse. I am thinking that maybe it is time to get ourselves a burner. I prefer a scorcher, but a burner right now will work pretty good. And what we can do is we can find, I don't know, we'll probably get a Gretchen for this. They've got a couple here that might do the job. And all we do, we strap them with a flamethrower, and then we just run them into the bugs. Try to catch as many of them as we can on fire. Seal the base behind the Gretchen. The Gretchen probably dies and deals with a whole bunch of the bugs at the same time. But we can also get a big shooter. They also have a twin link shooter, which does 9 damage but a burst count of 6. 16% armor penetration. Now the big shooter on the other hand, 9 damage, 32, 36. Not really much of a comparison. So we're going to get a burner and a big shooter. They don't have too much other kit that we want, but I think for now that will do. We do need to pick up some food though, because we are running, not at the base we're running low, but this orc decided to go and pick up a couple granite chunks with him as he was leaving the map. So he got stuck outside in the open, so it's Madis's. And now all we got to hope is when he comes back in, he doesn't come through here. Because if he spawns into this section, well, there is absolutely sweet all we're going to be able to do. Comes through anywhere else, he'll be fine. And it looks like we did dodge a bullet. So Matters just came in around about there on the map. So somehow managed to avoid just about all of those bugs. We're going to bring him this way because he is trying to go up and around, which will put him straight into the bugs. And also what we've got to do is we've got to clear the home zone around this area, because now the snotlings are starting to try and tidy up outside of the base, which just brings me in contact with the bugs. Obviously not a great idea, not something that we want. So we'll tidy these areas up. Super exciting, I know. And we're going to have to go give someone a flamer to go burn the bugs. So we have our burner boy candidate, and he's got some pretty good stats. So if he survives this, it is going to be super worth him joining. So he's a talented builder, psychopath, tough, energetic, inquisitive, gifted, is nudist, which isn't great, and also a xenophobe, which is not too bad. He can build, can animal, can craft, and can do shooting and melee. And how much do they want for you slugger boy? They want 2,614. Alright, we'll go pick him up. And with that, we have found our... Do you know what? I'm going to call him our Ork commando. You're going to be in for such a bad time. Also, look how small he is compared to all the other orcs. The other orcs are like huge, and he is tiny. So yeah, orcs get bigger with age, and they also get more powerful. And Rage Walker, I need you off there. And Slugger, pick up the burner. You got a job to do. So we're going to send Slugger Boy down, but also turns out the Centipede has decided to go pick a fight with us. And it looks like a bunch of orcs came through the top, annoyed the mechanoids. And we've got Slayer Bok. Are you going to be any good if we rescue you? Talented engineer, that's cool. Careful shooter, sucks. Body pure sucks. Clumsy sucks. Feeble sucks. No, you are a terrible orc. So we just got to kill the centipede. Once the centipede is down, then it is just going to be a matter of, no, where are you going? Why are you out in the open? Okay. Pretty sure I sorted that, but okay, details. Let's go and make them a new zone. We'll call it Area 1. Just going to be over there. And maybe you can get back to that before you get shot to pieces by a centipede, because that would suck. Okay, kind of made it. Alright, engage the centipede. Managed to get some decent shots off on us, but then orcs are super easy to hit. And yeah, this is going to be an issue with our guns. They shoot a lot of shots, but they do sweet all in the way of damage. So we're going to need to find some big boy orc guns that have a bit more DACA than this. Off you guys go. Slugger, you're with me, you're in here. And then we're going to seal the door behind you, because I don't think you're going to survive this. Hopefully you take a whole bunch of bugs with you. And a lot of them are sleeping. Cool. And what's your range? That's going to be the important part. You are going to be in a knife fight with a bunch of bugs. I wonder if you live. So it is looking like we should just be able to get to this corner here. And then... maybe not. Looks like it's going to have to be this one. Okay, you got your flames off. Time to move. And you can run and gun. So you're just going to catch the map on fire. That is fine. We'll see if it spreads. I doubt it's going to. And if we can get you back quick enough... yeah, this is doable. This is doable. We're going to be able to open that up, get him in. Fire isn't really spreading. Right, we move this to here. Gorebuster, you're on this. Undraft and do this for me, mate. We run the orc in. Gorebuster, I'm going to need you to stand here. I'm not even going to say it's going to be tight. That youth was surprisingly quick. Build that. Back to here. A1 into some sort of defensive-esque positions. Okay, Rage Walker can do the crab, it turns out. Right. It looks like everything is in our base. So I don't need to worry about too many things getting caught out in the open. And yeah, we just funneled this bugs into a giant kill zone. But yeah, we are pretty much just tickling them to death. And what's happened to the Centimetre tonight? Mechs are still about. So maybe they go off and aggro after the mechs. I guess that's probably what they're going to do. But it looks like a few of those bugs are going to bleed out. But this is a lot of bugs. Right. Can we go in and strike at the hive? No, the hive has still a crazy amount of bugs in it. But one thing that we have got, though, which is going to be super duper handy for this, is we go into production. And we should have a biochem refuelery. Or refinery. And chuck that in. And we're going to start breaking these bugs down into chem fuel. If we can get back out the base. And the bugs just wiped out all of the mechanoids. That did not take them long. A couple of them are on fire, but that doesn't seem to be making a massive difference. And we did have a fire over here going, but we did not get close enough to catch this stuff on fire. Proof of concept. It is doable, but we're going to need to get in closer. But our Ork commando done pretty good. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10 of things that we don't want to happen, this is well at the top. The bugs, have just gone and tunneled around our defences. We took a big old chunk of them out down here, but that is not going to be enough. So I think... Actually, yeah, we're just going to group the boys into the corner. And this is where we're going to make our stand. If we can get A1 together, we should be able to spray them down before they get too close. Or we burn the base down doing so. Snotling should be alright over here. He's in stable health, thankfully. And I guess we just kind of created another style of kill zone, because if they come through here one at a time, we're going to be fine. They are going to wipe out most of the base. And off the back of that, we still haven't even dealt with the bugs. Ah, what a doozy. Right, looks like things are not going as well this time. That burner is doing a lot of work. Because as soon as the bugs are coming in, they're getting caught on fire, they get caught on fire, they panic, run away, and then create a bigger place over here. I might have missed that. They got all of our schnotlings. Well, there should be 2 more of them. Okay, well that isn't too much fun. That area up there is pretty much cleared. They've got these here. I am reluctant to move out of this corner because we're doing quite well in the corner. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, let's have a little ganders. So what are you? You're 6 hours, you're 5 hours, you're 6 hours, you're 7 hours. And there should be 2 more of them somewhere. Okay, it turns out they are just stacked on top of each other. Cool. There is a chance that they'll heal through it. They do recover quite quickly, as long as they're not crazy bleeding. Okay, first one got in close combat, which is fine. And if this flame circle carries on, the bugs are going to have a really bad time coming in. Rage Walker is at the front, and he is a bit of a wimp for an orc. And now the rains are coming in. Rains are not ideal. ideal for us, because we need these flames up there. They're just about the only thing keeping us alive. Other than the big shooters. Big shooters are doing a whole bunch of work. I would try micro in this, but my Orks seem to be doing a better job than me trying to micro. My micro management sucks super bad, in case you haven't seen my other videos. I would try to do it and move them, and then we'd be in super trouble. We seem to be holding. Still just fighting the bugs, and our first snotling is down. Second snotling is down. I think a couple will survive, and considering our whole objective this episode was, well, mega armor, which would be awesome. But we also want more snotlings. We're going to need a lot of them. Okay, 3 snotlings. Cool, 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 cool. 4 snotlings, which leaves us with 2. And now, I don't know about you guys, but it still seems like there's a whole load of bugs about. Let's go pick a fight. Things can't really get worse. We've lost our snotlings, so you might as well actually go for it. Rachel, what's up with you? Right leg regrowing. Cool. So you're moving slowly. I think we go here, then that forces them around there, then we can use the flamethrower and the choke point. Hopefully get the flames in there. We don't actually have to kill all of the bugs. We just have to catch them on fire. Okay, Snotslag. He's still alive, so we've got 1, I guess. And I wonder if this is going to make us actually spawning any more snotlings. Because there might be like a soft cap that you can't get past just by spawning them. That could be it. That would be good. But yeah, Burner Boy Ork, he has definitely earned his place. That is for sure. Right, let's force him through a choke point. And we're going to have a whole bunch of flames coming down. Once we're under the mountain, there won't be any rain. If there's no rain, then they're not going to be able to put out the fires. If they can't put out the fires, they are just going to spread amongst the bugs super quickly. As for fires in our base, nothing too much. But right now, the bugs might actually be reproducing quicker than we're killing them. So we are going to have to pull something pretty impressive out. And finally keep the hornet's nest. They are all coming in at us super quick. Rage Walker has finally caught up. He's now asleep for some reason, dude. Middle of a firefight. Not the time to get some Z's. Oh, we're in trouble. We are in so much trouble. Okay, so as this seems like a war of attrition, we kind of have to make sure that our Orks don't fall asleep before this battle's over. Because we are so close to finishing this fight. But if we don't finish it, the bugs are just going to carry on spawning. And if they carry on spawning, then all of this will be for now, other than an absolutely crazy amount of chem fuel. Wage Walker has gone down again. That is fine. The flame seems to have passed on this bit, but they still got a crazy amount of bugs. Right, let's try this a little bit differently. You guys go across there. Burner Boy, you're with me. And see if we can't get in. Okay, no. They got little bugs coming in, who are really hard to see in the rain. And we're pulling some of the big ones across again. And they're behind us. Ah, they should have been Starship Troopers. This is proper like Clandafu. We are... yeah, is how I describe this. I'm good with words today, you see. Quite the linguist, it would appear. Right, up here. keep moving, keep pushing, and I think that we're close to getting a breakthrough. And now we are actually finally getting somewhere. We are able to start hitting their hives. And there aren't as many behind us. There's still a few bugs behind us, but compared to what we were facing, I would call this pretty good. Okay, let's get the flames in here. Okay, that is a couple flames in there. And let's hope that that starts to spread, and that should help us wipe this infestation out. But I want to get a couple more flames, hopefully towards the top, so they can come this way as well. And we do have pretty much a whole base to rebuild, which might be a little bit expensive. And these guys are coming in fast. Okay, wrong area, but details. You shot the flames off, that's literally all we asked you to do. Gigalocusts are coming in. Catatonic on guts. So there's 2 down. This is getting tight. Like a toiger. Come on. Last one. I'm going to need to put him on hold fire, because each time he goes in, he ends up just blowing his load too early. Phrasing. Bad day to be you, buddy. Okay. We've got a bit more of clearing, so we can bring the actual like shooter boys in, and hopefully we can just start spraying down from the top. Because everything is super dense in there. So even if we miss anything, we're still going to hit other stuff. And we do need the flamer in the front, just to try and discourage things running straight at us. Because the flames just make them flee and panic, and if they're fleeing and panicking, well, they're not attacking us straight up. Do you know what? We've got a little bit of flame there. I think we're going to have to call it here. Let's pull back, heal, rescue everyone that we can, and reform and come back in once more. And we also need to fight our way back through the base as well. Cool. And what did we gain? Well, we got 1 extra Ork that bleeds out in 20 hours. Fair enough. And we lost 5 snotlings. And one then bleeds out in 8 hours. Awesome stuff. But all being said about awesome stuff, the flames are spreading, albeit slowly. And I don't think it's actually enough to take out the last of the hive. But it's going to take out a decent sized section. And this time, seeing as we kind of know that we can deal with it, we just won't leave it as long to go back in. But this is less than ideal. Matters is fighting a whole bunch of bugs by himself. And they are the big royal mega spiders. He managed to take the ones in the back out, but they close the distance. So, Matters, if you would kindly go on to draft, come this way. We'll bring Gorebuster along here. Okay, Goresgrop, you're going to be needed in as well. And Matters, mate, if you can just run a gun and shoot them, that would be great. So we don't really... Ooh, looks like the bugs might be done. 1 hive will probably survive in there, and then couple up there. Anyway, details, back to the bugs. Bugs are done? Yeah. Let's hope we don't get attacked anytime soon. Oh yeah, that'd be very, very unfortunate for us. And unfortunately, we did just lose Gutses. It turns out he got killed off by an infection, which is a little bit odd, seeing as the Orks normally just heal through the infection straight away. But yeah, details, that happened. Does mean we should be able to get the little Ork to strip down Gutses and then steal all of his kit. And then we just need to keep an eye out for some other large Orks. And yeah, wear these if you would. But yeah, that Ork is just like 2 times the size of this one. Rage Walker is incapacitated. Madders is fine. You're healed. And you're good. So yet again, back to 5. Right, so off the back of that, setback, 1 orc less. Rage Walker is being a little bit mopey at the moment, hiding away in the room. We're going to go in and finish these bugs off before, I guess, they finish us off and then respawn their numbers. Because their numbers are already back up in very little time at all. And it looks like this time around we are doing a little bit better. They're coming at us piecemeal, so they're easier to gun down. Most of the big things are gone. And we have been able to start focusing down their large hives. Gigalocust is trying to close the distance. But I think just from how long those fights went off, yeah, our shooting has definitely improved quite a lot. Which is super good for us. As well, we can hit stuff now, whereas before we couldn't. They were just spraying everywhere other than what actually needed to be hit. But yeah, just solid streams of lead now. Shame about gutses, but details. We can get another orc, and if we can get everything set up in time and redone, we are just going to be able to process all of these bugs down into chem fuel. And we're going to be able to buy a whole bunch more orcs. And the other thing I'm going to be interested in seeing is if there is a soft cap on the amount of snotlings you can have. Because if they start spawning in now, seeing as we've lost the other ones, then our numbers should be replenished pretty quickly. So it would seem that we've managed to repair just about all of the walls. We're now going and processing through all of the insect corpses. So at least hopefully we can get something from it. From this we're on like 2,616 chem fuel, which doesn't actually cover the cost of the orc that we lost or the armor he was wearing. Okay, but we got Gut Splitter. Okay, yeah, let's accept him. And it is a Gretchen. Okay, what can you do? You can construct and you can animals. Potentially intellectual, you can't medical. Not great. And is going to be a bit of a turd because it isn't happy with our belief system. So underground or outdoors. Okay, let's see what you got. You got creepy breathing, you got Fletcher, undergrounder, fragile, coordinated, bloodlust, wimp, and xenophobe. Wimp and fragile on a Gretchen. Not ideal, but can kind of make sense. Creepy breathing, yeah, they're orcs, that kind of would make sense as well. Xenophobe, coordinated. They aren't particularly good, has to be said. What I also need to do is figure out how to start converting people. Is there something in socials for this? No. We'll get on that. I'm sure we can figure this one out. Now, on a scale of about 1 to 10, I would put this at about a solid 7 on the annoying scale. Another large infestation straight off the back of the one that we just done. We're still clearing the bodies, and now we've got an infestation coming in. The big orcs are beating up the little orc. The Gretchen seems somehow not to be taking a kick in, which is good. We're also going to need to get the Gretchen a room. So I think let's go with... We'll go with wood at the moment. And there you go, Gretchen. That's your bedroom. Do you know what? I'm thinking let's give you a gun. And then we're just going to run in and shoot them before they can get any numbers. Because we got very lucky the first time round. And I am not convinced we'll get the same luck on the second time we try to do that. And possibly, and just slightly miscalculated something. I thought Gorebuster was going to be able to run through and come through the door. But it turns out you can't go over ancient door frames, so he decided to run around the top, where it turns out the rest of the orcs are, and got himself in a bit of trouble. If these guys can push down and clear these orcs, well, these bugs, then we should be safe for the other orcs to then start pushing through. And which way are you going? Shouldn't be going that way. Okay, he's decided to go off draft for some reason. And Gork Basher might actually be in a pretty decent amount of trouble. And who we got here? Okay, we got Slugger Boy. I think if these guys can push through and then we start heading down, we should be good. Possibly. As long as you guys stay out of close combat. You are Orks and you are good in close combat, just your shooters at the moment are going to be way better. Gork Basher, how are you doing? He's taken a lot of hits, but he's not in actually much danger. You guys are semi-regrouped, so come along here. What are you going to be fighting? Yeah, that's not a thing. To there. Slugger Boy, you might want to hurry up, mate. Or these guys ain't going to make it. You guys start pushing down the top. We'll probably end up just smashing through the wall to get Gork Buster back into the base. And then these guys should be fine to shoot those down. They're going to got another Ork coming in to support them. And I cannot see anything that's actually happening. Well, we're dealing with them. And that gun is so big on that Gretchen. And you are not much of a shooter, are you, buddy? Not much at all. Cool. Gork Basher is up. Good Ork. What we are going to do with Gork Basher, actually, is we're just going to go into health. And we're going to put you on self-tend. And do you have any gear on you? No. Okay, you guys come through the top. Any of you bleeding out? No. And no, that should be clear to clear. Should be clear to clear. That is not good words. We should be clear to move in and take this area out. Okay, Gretchen is down. Matters is okay. You guys going to be alright here? Nope. Well, safe to say, all points considered, this one is going considerably worse than the other raid, considering the size of the scale. Yeah, did not deal with this well at all. Gork Basher is still on 11 hours. Gauze Rob, how are you doing? You are okay, but if you could actually shoot the bugs that are attacking you. Rage Walker, how are you doing? Fine. Bandage, you moving up? Slowly. Cool. Yeah, not like an hour odds on this one at the moment. What have you got there? That's like the smallest gun ever. Stay here. And if we can just clear them out, we should be good. Then we just gotta go rescue everyone. That's the second time you've done that. You literally just went back to the base and left all the other Orks to do the work. Cool. Rescue. And how is he doing? Not great. Off there and rescue the Gretchen. Gork Basher's still got 9 hours. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. Rage Walker is. Matters is doing okay. Right. Well, I think that is a good place to wrap up the episode. Starting to make a few mistakes. This is Ironman, so you make too many, we cannot come back for it. So thank you very much for watching the Orks of Gork and Mork. I've been Konzi. All your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome. And you know what you need to do for the algorithm. I'll get you on the next one.